Why they're always trying to find
push that
because they know that was the golden goose. That was the guy who like when he got on, it just went to a fucking another level.
And everybody's compared to.
That's why they always compare it to Jordan. That's why Jordan can never die in the NBA because they need, unless someone can really take over, like they have to keep him there.
Yeah, but I don't think it's possible. Like, to be honest, like even if somebody was better than Jordan, I don't even think it'll still.
Yeah, you'd have to beat Jordan. You'd have to take like Puma and make them bigger than Nike.
Like, there's just so much thing that he did first that you can't everybody that's coming up now is building on top of what Jordan, and of course Jordan built on top of the other ones, but Jordan is just he took it to that next level, and there's really no next level. like what are you gonna do? Like, I just don't. It's global. The game is global already. Like, what are you gonna do? The only thing they can do to me is keep the fucking game competitive, and like that's the only thing that was,
Well, I mean, if you beat his records, and then I guess if your shoe sales overtake his Jordans, I think
that's impossible.
It isn't. It is. It's a tall task.
There is no shoe. I mean, the only one that did it was Kanye West. The only person that's ever gotten close to shoes to have the level, and it's still not there.
To be honest, I would never buy one of those Kanye.
I've never owned.
I would never in my right mind.
Yeah, I've never owned Kanye's, but that's the only other person that sells shoes. It's Jordan and Kanye. Everybody else is just so. Jordan is mystical now. Like, you can't. You're not gonna, because people are just gonna say what I said. You're building on top of what he did.
You'd have to take, like I said, because what Jordan did with Nike, like Nike was like a running shoes, like a whatever company, and he freaking took them to like top of the line. Exactly. So like you'd have to do something. You'd have to take.
Wait, actually, never. I'll take that back. There's a way, and we might be headed to that the NBA just sucks for a few years, and then somebody comes along and like brings it back, and maybe. But still,
you'd have to still take the Jordan brand and like you'd have to beat the Jordan brand.
It's not possible. It is not possible to beat Jordan. Like the brand of Jordan, the shoe, I don't see it. I mean, it's past Jordan himself. Some people wear it and they don't know who Jordan is. They just wear it.
Yeah, it's like Gucci. You don't even know who came up with it.
Exactly. That is a brand.
It's a status shoe at this point.
Yeah, like that is just nobody's ever gonna touch that. Like, it's just not possible. So if that's the standard, is over. Like, you're not gonna get past Jordan.
I mean, I hope somewhere down the road, I hope this ain't the best we've ever seen. I hope at some point it gets better.
I just think, I think physical ability of a human, unless we allow steroids and shit like that, Michael took it to the peak of what a human body could do, in my mind.
Yeah, I mean,
you're not gonna. It's
crazy because like he has. I mean, he's not the only one with this vert, but he has the highest vert in NBA history.
Exactly. And on top of that, to match it with the skill, the charisma, everything that goes along with being a superstar.
Skills. It's funny you say skills because like all this shit that's been going back and forth with. Did they have skills back then?
That was crazy.
That was wild.
I like Ant, but that was a wild. That was just wild. A wild ass take.
The thing is, like, I mean, Ant's young, so. He's still kind of like a kid, so I don't think he's like a historian of the game like Kobe was to really watch how it was back then. Because like the way I learned how to play basketball was
watching.
Was watching, but the way I was taught was be efficient. 1-2 dribbles to the rim, 1-2 dribble, pull up, floaters. Like you didn't try to between the legs like that. Behind the back. Like those are things you did like randomly, like sparingly. Like
you would get benched for doing that.
Yeah, if you were out there just dribbling 25 times, like most coaches would be like, "Get the hell out of the like, we're not playing you. Like, what are you doing?"
And it's like what Kobe said is, we're playing accidental basketball pretty much at this point.
Yeah, he was ahead of that. He was talking about AAU basketball, which is very true. I played AAU basketball, and Kobe was right about it. And it's funny because I've been listening to other podcasts, and I heard KG say something about it. Rasheed Wallace was talking about it. Melo was talking about it too.
Yep. And Melo and those players because their sons is in there right now.
Yeah, so and basically, I mean, I don't think you've ever played AAU.
No.
So AAU is basically you sign up, and they can have as many players as they want on the roster.
In one team?
in the
There's
team.
no like limit.
There's no limit. Like you all sign up. So like they can just bring a random team every tournament. Like
a whole different.
They could bring you a
lineup.
whole different start, like a whole different unit.
That's crazy.
Like like so like you see there's certain players that play on like 3 or 4 different AAU teams because they're signed up. So whichever team gets invited to a big tournament, they'll go to that game and they'll play.
That's crazy.
And a lot of them are playing a lot of basketball, but they're not practicing. Like it's just like
Yeah.
so it's just like just games, but you're not really working on your game.
The skills. You're not developing the skills.
So and a lot of the coaches are volunteers. They're like one of the players' dad. Like you know what I mean? Like
for AAU,
yeah.
I thought AAU is like the highest level. Like I thought that's why you pay the extra money because they're supposed to be the coaching and all that's supposed to be.
Some of them have good coaches, but a lot of them, anyone could come up with AAU. I can go make an AAU team and put them in there.
Oh shit! I didn't think it was like that. I thought you.
Yeah,
like,
there's no rules of what like you know what I'm saying. There are some teams that are sponsored by like Nike and stuff like that, and they probably be a little more legit, like who's coaching, who's there. But then there's other teams that are just random. It's just like there's a bunch of like some volunteer coaches.
That's crazy.
Guys from here, guys from there. Like they can like I've seen some teams where they can call a guy who doesn't even live in the state. They can call a guy from like freaking Cali and be like, yeah, we got a big Nike tournament. Like, you're not doing nothing. Like, show up.
Just show up. Yeah.
And because he's the best, you'll be like, all right, we're just gonna run ISO for this guy. And he's never worked out with the team.
That is wild. So like, there's nobody teaching the game pretty much.
Well, a lot of AAU is like it is very like star driven. That's why you're seeing all these like highlight reels. That's why you're seeing all these kids going crazy.
I'll ask a question. So what's more important? Doing good on like a high school team, like if you go to like a Division I high school, or like doing good on an AAU team, what's better?
High schools are more structured. Like there's rules in high school.
Exactly.
I think for development, like you need to go to a good high school where your coach is gonna like teach you the right way. He's gonna hold you accountable. Like in AAU, like some dudes will be just in practice and then they'll still start the next game.
Oh, so yeah,
Like-
it's just it's like a pickup game. You just show up whenever you want.
So
to.
like the thing is AAU has gotten so big that the visibility is like dudes are getting famous off AAU.
Exactly. That's why I was asking. So like, let's say
I think for development, high school is better, but like obviously to get your views out there, obviously your high school coach is not gonna let you wild out.
Yeah, you're not gonna have.
But your AAU coach might let you go crazy, so you might get that viral video from AAU.
That's crazy.
So that nowadays kids are getting rewarded for that stuff. But you're seeing it in the NBA where like now you're seeing guys, they want to go like 25 dribbles,
yeah,
triple step back, like.
Yeah, it's like it's not realistic.
And it's like basketball used to be about efficiency. Like if you can't get by them, like move the ball, swing it, set some screens, play off the ball. Like you don't see you don't see a lot of guys that are good off the ball.
No, not anymore.
That's why when I looked at the Team USA and everybody was like struggling, and it's like all these guys are stars with the ball in their hand. Like they're not used to playing off the ball.
The only one that could play off the ball is Curry.
Yeah, Curry's he's really good off the ball.
Everybody's looking for him. Everybody else needs the ball. LeBron needs the ball. Tatum needs the ball. Everybody needs the ball, and that's why a lot of the players that weren't preferenced by the coach, they didn't get into rhythms.
Yeah,
because there is no. They need the ball.
Yeah.
So to get in the rhythm, you need to have the ball for and get into your rhythm. So I think that's why we saw a lot of Tatum and all these other players that didn't get preference like LeBron and KD and Steph. I think that's why they struggle.
Yeah, the only one that was able to play his game was like LeBron. KD doesn't really need the ball, so he was okay. But everybody else struggled.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Even Curry struggled a little bit at the beginning, but then he picked the last 2 games. He just caught fire.
When we needed it the most, he led the team.
So. But that's one of the issues. Like that's why like the 92 team, like a lot of those guys were playing systems. Like the 90s was very system related. Yeah. So a lot of those guys were used to playing without the ball. So like that's why they were just blowing out teams. Like because you didn't have to go to Jordan every time. Like you can go to Charles Barkley. You can go whoever.
Coach actually mattered back then. Right now, that's why you see LeBron just pick him out of anywhere.
It's crazy because like if you think about like the legendary coaches, like a lot of them came from back then. Like you're not like right now
it's done.
Like I don't know, like the only one that I think will be a legend that could possibly be a legendary coach will probably be like Missoula. I think he'll stay with the Celtics for a while. I think he'll get that status. But outside of that, I don't know.
And I think he is running like a system.
He is running a system.
He is running a system.
He does run a system.
Yeah, so I think you're right on that sense. And teams have gone away from that. It's like so far away from that is crazy to me. In the Jordan Kobe era, you had these great teams and these three-peats and all these things. Of course, the players have to have good players. Of course, it's not just a system. I don't want to put it like it's just the system, but they were able to keep winning multiple championships because they had good players and a good system. Right now, it's only good players, no system. So you win one, you might lose the next. I think.
Well, it's hard for a coach to implement anything when your superstar says, "Nah, I don't like it," and then they fire you.
Yeah, see that, and that's the other thing. Like, you need structure, and there was a hierarchy in an NBA team. It doesn't matter if Jordan was Jordan. Phil Jackson was Phil Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had his respect. Jordan had to respect Phil Jackson. I mean, of course, probably that changed later on as he got famous, but he gained the respect. So I don't see Jordan. That's why Jordan said, if he goes, I'm retiring.
Well, Jordan was a player, and he understood that he was a player, not the coach. Because when Jordan was in the Bulls before Phil was like a rookie coach when he came in, and he said, "Let's try this, try it." Like, because when Jordan, before Phil came in, Jordan was actually running some point.
Yeah,
he averaged 8 assists, and he was running point. But then Phil came in, and he had this philosophy of like, "Yo, we can't have you with the ball all the time. It's too easy to defend. Let's run this system where we're getting you off screens and stuff like that, getting you in your spots, and you're scoring off that." So he took him off the point, and Jordan didn't like fight back on it. He went with the whole triangle offense, but like I feel like now, like if someone felt like, "Oh, this is a radical change," like, you're not taking me off the ball, like.
Yeah, no. Right now is impossible. And back then, like I said, Jordan he had lost a few games already, a few seasons before Phil came. So I think Jordan was already ready for like guidance. I think he was looking for like somebody to like take him to that next step, or just like Kobe. I feel like Kobe after Shaq, he left, and then he had those losing period. Then Phil came back, and they won 2 again with Kobe. And I think that's what everybody, I think Jordan even said it. He's like, he's not going to win this way. I think Jordan mentioned something like that. He's like, the style of playing after when Shaq left, the style that Kobe was playing, Jordan said he's not going to win this way.
Well, what Kobe did when his 2 championships, he started mimicking more Jordan's game.
Yes.
He started playing. That's when he threw that 24 on, and he started playing just like Jordan.
Yeah, I see a lot of comparisons between them two, and I don't agree with much with what Gil says.
About what?
About Jordan, about anything with Gil, really.
Gil,
like, it's just, I think you don't know what, like, Gil, you don't know if he's trolling, if he's serious, or if he's just saying it to get
honestly, I don't think Gil likes Kobe. some of the shit he says.
It could be that too. I mean, it could be that too. But he said that like, people compare Kobe to Jordan, and he's like, "There's no way you compare Kobe to the old Jordan, but you can't compare Kobe to like the '80s Jordan."
Well, I think
because the athleticism is just too. My bad. The athleticism is just too big. Like, it's just so different between Kobe and Jordan.
Well, I think what he meant by that one was that the Jordan fadeaways, like that we saw like from like the '96.
Yeah, like that skill.
That's what Kobe was copying.
Yes.
I think that's what he meant. Like that old Jordan, where he didn't have the 48-inch vert anymore.
Correct.
That's the Kobe. That's what Kobe was copying. That's what I think he meant.
And that's the comparison, because he says that Kobe couldn't do what Jordan did physically. He just couldn't do it.
Well, I mean, Jordan was
bigger.
Jordan was stronger, bigger. His hands were like, even Kobe has said like he was jealous of like how big Jordan's hands were compared to his.
And Jordan got big, like, in the '90s, he hit the weight room and he got really big. You could tell. But Kobe never really got really that big. He got toned.
Yeah.
But I think Kobe struggled more to gain that weight than Jordan.
But one thing is that Jordan had a 48-inch vert, and I was looking at Kobe's vert. I think he had a 38.
Yeah,
so like
it's
that,
completely different.
So like,
looks, and that's what Gil was saying. Is like it doesn't look the same.
Yeah, like if you look at Ant-Man,
it's more. Yeah.
No, but I'm saying, but like I'm just saying, like, think of Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Like, Ant-Man going down the lane and dunking on somebody.
Yeah.
Ant-Man has I was looking at his vert. I think it was like 41. Now put 7 more inches on that and 2 more inches of height, like on that.
That's crazy.
That's what Jordan was.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like Jordan was like, his advantage was that crazy. That's why people stopped like saying like, they stopped putting his resume and they said, oh, he was playing against nobody, because they know you can't put your resume to his.
Look, I don't like, the way I judge basketball is probably different than most people, because most people are gonna look at stats.
Yeah.
Or I look at the eye test. I look at your killer will. That's the reason why I have Kobe over LeBron on my top 5.
Yeah.
Because I don't. LeBron's stats are better. I don't care about that. What I'm looking at is 5 minutes left. LeBron is not beating Kobe. I don't care. Kobe's gonna die. I seen LeBron like be okay.
He's folded.
Yeah, like
under
I
pressure.
seen him do that. So to me, I could never. And some people are gonna be like, "Are you crazy? Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers." I'm like, I don't care about the numbers. I don't care about Jordan's 6 championships. If Jordan would have won 3, just the eye test to me says Jordan's better. I don't care that Jordan. Like I don't look at it that way. I just look at. It's the same thing why I have Shaq at a high level. His numbers are not there, but in his prime, I don't see a more dominant person.
He would kill this era.
It's not even fair. And the same thing with Jordan. In his prime, even if he retired after the first 3, his prime tells me I have never seen anybody like that. Well, still to this day, I haven't seen it.
Because I've gotten into several arguments about that Jordan play against anybody. I'm like, first of all, he did play against good.
Yes.
If you did a top 20 guards of all time, you're gonna have Reggie Miller in there. You're gonna have Clyde Drexler in there. He played against an old George Gervin, whatever. But I mean, he did play against him. And then when Jordan was old, he did play in the golden era of 2 guards, I guess, like the 2000s. I would say that's the golden era of 2 guards with AI, T-Mac, Vince.
Yeah, like he was still in
Kobe.
that era.
He's, as an old man, he was still an all-star in that era, averaging 20. 40.
Kobe came in 96, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with AI, 96. And then before that, you even had other people like Grant Hill.
Grant Hill was nice. Like, you're going to have
you can't, come on. Yeah,
you're going to have...
T-Mac is like...
But the thing is, when Jordan, like I said, when Jordan came back and he played 2003, exactly. AI was already an MVP. Kobe already had championships. T-Mac, I think he had a scoring title at that point. Like, he was in Orlando. Ray Allen was nice. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, so these are the guys you're going to put. The only people that you would put in the top 10, top 20 that Jordan didn't play against would be like James Harden and D Wade. Those are the only two guards. I'm saying
2 guards. Yeah,
2 guards. If you had a top 10, top 20 2 guards,
he faced better 2 guards in reality.
Yeah, those are the only 2. But I'm like, all right. I looked at D Wade's vertical leap and it was like 35. I'm like, Jordan has like a foot over him.
Yeah,
like he was a freak compared to D Wade. Like, then James Harden was like, I think like a 31 and a half or something that I saw, or 31. The
reason why we compare Bron to Jordan is because he's the closest thing when it comes to the pure physicality of the game.
But that's another thing, because I got into argument with somebody about this. I won't mention who it is, but he knows who he is. So I got into argument about that. I said, listen, like, you want to say that Jordan, at least at his old age, played against the best 2 guards that you want to like throw in a 2-guard debate. And then at an old age, he was an all-star.
Correct.
But the most athletic small forwards, LeBron didn't play them because they played like in the 80s. He didn't play against Dr. J and like Bernard King and Dominique.
His position,
Yeah, his position.
Yeah.
If you look at the guys he was playing, like LeBron had a significant, like LeBron has like a 44-inch vert. Like the closest thing to him, I would say would be PG. I think I saw he had like a 39, but Durant has like a 35. Kawhi has like a 31 and some change.
Like it's
I think Iguodala has like a 35. Like LeBron has like almost 10 inches on a lot of these guys in vertical leap. Like he's
but to me, like LeBron's his thing, it won't come from his jumping, I believe. Like he jumps
no
high.
But speed too. Have you seen like how
yeah, I mean,
like, because they were saying like Jordan was like Bugatti, like he was so much faster and jumped so much higher than everybody. I'm like, so did LeBron.
That's why the comparison. That's why it's so close.
Yeah, but like what I'm saying is like, all right, Jordan had that advantage and he dominated them.
Correct.
You had that advantage versus Dallas, versus the Spurs, versus everybody.
And you didn't take advantage of it.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. Like, by it comes out to like the killer will.
That's the difference. The killer will, because Jordan would have killed them if he saw that advantage. He would have said, "You don't belong here with me." LeBron's like, well, let's be friends.
And look at Kobe. What Kobe did with that body of his.
Yeah.
Still killed. For not being the best, the fastest, that jumped the highest, the strongest. He wasn't none of that, but he still dominated the league. And
he was able to add little things to Jordan's moves that Jordan didn't have to add. Because Jordan was so much faster than people that it was that 1-2 pull-up. He didn't have to spin here, spin there, do all these up and unders. Like,
and I even said this to you before. Like, I felt like LeBron, like, he never was really physically tested to that point. Like, that's why I think he doesn't get hurt. I think it's because he never had to face nobody like that. Like, that was on par with him. And I don't think there is, just because
like athletically? Yeah, no.
Yeah, because it's just, it's like...
He's a freak.
Yeah, it's like this. It's like, we're in a race. I'm going 100. I'm redlined. You're going 80. At some point, I'm going to break.
You saw how he chased down, who was it? Jason Richardson, when he did that dunk. You ever seen that highlight?
Yeah.
LeBron was, I think Richardson was at like half court. LeBron was like in the paint.
And
he caught him and blocked it. And the same thing with Iguodala. Like that block was freaking ridiculous.
Exactly.
Like, that's how fast that dude is.
And that block is even crazier because LeBron had played the whole game.
Yeah.
And that's at the end of the game. He still had that speed and able to get
that. Might have been one of the greatest blocks I've ever seen.
That is the greatest. To me, that's the greatest block. I call it the block, and that's the greatest block I've ever seen because of the timing.
There was a block that I think might be up there, but it was called a goaltend or a foul. The one, have you seen the one with Shannon Brown?
Oh yeah.
That block was ridiculous. I don't even know how could you call that like a.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was insane.
That's one of those players that I'm like, dude, you had the ability. Why didn't you go farther in the game? Those are players that I'm like, Gerald Green is in that same.
Yeah, Gerald Green.
I want to know
that windmill he had.
Yeah, I want to know his jumping vert.
I'd have to look that up, but he has to have a 40.
Yeah, he
has to have a 40 or up there.
Yeah.
When I did my top 10, I didn't see when I looked at the highest. I didn't see him. I didn't see his name in there, but they may have not listed him in there. I would have to look.
But I want to go back to one thing that we talked about that we kind of glanced over, and that was there was no skill back in the Michael Jordan era, and I think that is so crazy to even because there was skill before Michael.
Yeah, I mean Michael wasn't even the most skilled.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like to me, like if you look at skill, you have to throw in there not Wilt, Kareem.
Kareem was very skilled.
Like the way he wasn't powering people. The way he
scored
he scored with skill. It wasn't with power like Shaq or Wilt. So like, how are you gonna say there was no skill?
Oscar Robertson, Magic Johnson,
7 fucking feet tall, playing point guard back then.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever seen any of George Gervin's moves. Yeah. He was smooth.
Exactly. So
Bernard King. You can keep going. Like there's just so many guys that were just nice.
The guy from Detroit,
Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas was bad. He was cold.
I still have him like very high up when it comes to point guards.
Yeah, there's not many point guards like him.
No, so like that was a crazy.
I'm saying like Jordan wasn't the best shooter back then. He wasn't the best dribbler.
No, and that's what I mean.
That's why I was like, I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
I judge it by that killer mentality. That's what I go back to the same thing. It's like physicality has. It matters. It helps, but you look at Tom Brady. There ain't no physicality there. Yeah. But the mentality, I'm not betting against dudes like that. I'm not betting against Tom Brady. I'm not betting against Jordan. I'm not betting against Kobe. Yeah. It's just not. I'm not doing it. I'm not betting against Mayweather. It's just I don't care. Like it's just one of those things where it's the aura that people talk about. Is that, and LeBron doesn't have that aura. And that's why. Is because at any moment in time, that's why LeBron doesn't play one-on-ones. You could beat him. Jordan is not losing at anything.
I'm assuming you heard the Mellow podcast. That's why you said that.
No, I mean, and it's even before that. I'm a big fan of D-Wade, so I always follow the Miami Heat, and I learned from then that he doesn't play ones. I'm like, what?
Yeah, he doesn't.
How does the best player in the world don't? How do you know that?
I was arguing with this person about
how
that.
are people gonna fear you like that? And that's the thing.
And he's like, he's not a ones player. I'm like, bro, all these players are playing ones. Like, if you're that competitive, you'd be like, yo, I'm in.
That's why, like I said, I can't have LeBron as number one. That's that right there. It's not because 6 for 6 with Jordan. Like people go through. I don't even make it to that. I just see the eye test, and I know. I'm not betting against this dude. And that's why like the conversation, I mean, I don't even have him at 2. So
yeah, I mean, the more I like start looking at the advantages he's had, I started putting Kobe at 2 and him at 3.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I've seen Kobe, and this is my reasoning. I seen Kobe be up here, then get knocked down, and then get himself back up. LeBron, every time it's gotten harder, I see him run.
He just leaves.
He just leaves, go packs his shit, and goes somewhere else.
But I will defend Bron in one thing when it comes to that. I feel like Bron has never had, and I don't know if he just, I don't know if maybe I'm wrong. And is that I think Jordan always had a good coach and a good structure.
Yeah, but LeBron wants to be the structure.
But see, that's another thing too.
Like, who can
Because he
coach
had it
him?
in Miami, exactly.
He had a good coach in Spo, and he wanted him out. Like
exactly. So yeah, I
you
guess,
know what I mean? Like
yeah.
Like anytime he has a coach that tells him what to do, he's like, nah. Like
I'm not doing it.
Like who can tell him what to do right now? Like, can you think you could put him with Popovich right now? Like
the guy hired his
he
son,
would
man.
fight.
Like,
he would fight with Pop. Like him and Phil Jackson don't get along. Like
oh yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like you can't put a great coach next to him. Like
yeah. So and I feel like he did himself a disservice.
You know, he's the type of guy that he like. I think what was the coach? Was it Ham? He went and grabbed the clipboard and started. I'm like, who thinks of doing that? Like,
yeah.
Like you know what I mean? Like how is someone supposed
like
and like what is Ham supposed to do? Like yo, LeBron, like if he yells at him, like he's out the job. Like it's a double-edged sword. Like
yeah, it was the same thing. He did that to the guy. I don't even know the guy's name. The guy from Cleveland that got fired.
Brown.
I think
Mike
so.
Brown.
No, the other one.
Lou.
No, the other one too. He
Blatch, was it Blatch?
Yeah, where he called the play. I mean, the guy was doing bad calls or whatever.
But one thing I've learned is, especially from the workforce, is that like you have to go, whoever the captain of the ship, you have to you have to go that way, or else like it's just gonna create chaos for the team.
Exactly.
You got to go with it, even if you don't agree with it. We got to see how it goes, and then if it doesn't work out, then you can be like, hey, it didn't work out. Let's try something different. But if you're just like gonna try to rebel every time, then
what about let's say LeBron before he left Cleveland? Like, do you think he should have stayed?
I think he should have stayed,
even if he never wins because
I think he should have stayed.
Organization is
they were the number for those 2 years in a row. I was looking at the record. They were the number 1 team before he left. The 2 years in a row, he had a loaded front court. He had Shaq, Varejao.
No. I won't give Shaq credit. Shaq's too old when he played.
No, but off the bench you have Shaq. He's averaging 12 a game.
I think that's more trouble. I think Shaq.
They were the number 1 team in the NBA in the NBA at the time.
For when Shaq was on that team.
Yeah, they were the number 1 team, and they know who the heck was beating them. Like they were losing game 7. They were losing close ones. They weren't getting smacked. Like
no. That's what I mean by like that. Like, comes down to more of.
They were one of the best teams in the NBA when he left.
When Cleveland left.
Yeah, when he left that first time, like. If you look at their front court, they had Drew Gooden. Drew Gooden was nice.
Well, he left. There was the reason why he left. Like, if we're gonna talk about it, is it was more than basketball. It was like the shit that was happening in like.
Yeah, with
I'm not gonna talk about that because I don't know.
I don't know for sure, but I've heard stories about a player.
Yeah, exactly. And it was also something with the ownership or something. Like they put out a letter when they lost, when LeBron lost the year before that. And the owner put out a letter like he gave up. He like was telling everybody that LeBron gave up. LeBron didn't try hard. He quit. That was what the owner said when they lost one of those when they lost to. I can't remember.
I mean, I've heard.
And then after that, it was like when Bron was like, "I'm out of here."
I mean, I've heard many stories. Like one of them was that he wanted Amari Stoudemire, and they said nah.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't get the control that he wanted, I guess.
I mean, there's so many. I don't know what stories are for sure. All I know is before he left, they were one of the best teams in the NBA.
Correct.
for sure. Like you can go look at the records. Like they were for 2 years straight. They were and even though you don't want to give old Shaq credit, but Shaq was at that point he was still effective.
Yeah, nah, I wouldn't because I don't give.
This is right after Miami.
Right after Miami, and yeah, even in Miami, Shaq wasn't Shaq. I mean, Shaq.
No, yeah, but he was still giving you 12 a game off off the bench.
12 of that's not Shaq.
Yeah, you
12
still
a game, that's not.
Yeah,
Shaq.
but if
that's your second best player, you're in trouble.
That wasn't even second best player.
Who was the second best player?
I think Mo Williams was. Mo Williams was an all-star. That wasn't a second. I'm talking about like just if I go like back in that like era, like bigs were still bigs at that point. So
Yeah.
he has 4 bigs that like could go out there give you 10 or so. You know, you had Drew Gooden, he had Gauskas was still okay. I think he was like around 8 or 10 a game. And then he had Varejao, he was raw, but he was a hustle guy, he can get you some rebounds. And then he had Shaq. He had 4 guys.
No, yeah, I mean, like when I look at it, I don't look at it in that he's had good teams. The people that say he's never had good teams. But I told you this, what I think LeBron needs to win. I think LeBron always needs a killer next to him. The killer doesn't have to be the best player.
Yeah, but that's that. But yeah, but that. Oh, sorry. But that is what has ruined him. Is that he's always have to go find a killer. If he became the killer himself.
Yeah, well, that's why he's not number one. Like that's the reason why. Like, and to me, like I told you before, like if I could get LeBron James, right? If I could get LeBron and he would listen to me, if I'm the GM or the coach and he's going to listen to me, I'd be Jordan. I'd be Kobe with LeBron because I'm going to build a team. Now, he has to listen. You know what I'm saying? He has to listen to me. If he doesn't, then it's not going to work. But I feel like because the way he plays is like, he's like I said, I compare him to, he's like a better Pippen. So he's like an all-around guy, and all you need to do is put a killer next to him. He's going to take you to almost there, but somebody needs to close that door. And that's what LeBron needs. If he has that, I feel like he wins.
I think he's going to have to close that door himself.
No. And that's why he's not number one. Because it's just like
it's like
him
when
and Kyrie. Like to me, they stayed. LeBron has at least one more chip. If they work it out somehow, they're able to stay together. And because you know how LeBron told him, don't trade him. He asked for the trade. He's on the contract. Don't trade him. He's going to play. Don't trade him. And the team traded him anyway. And that's why LeBron left the second time.
Well, Kyrie threatened to go get surgery.
I don't think he would have. I
don't know. He might have.
Maybe, but they just had, like, they were so close. They were like, they just got swept because everybody got hurt. But I feel like they should have kept, I don't know. I feel like them two stay together. Though I still don't put them number one. I don't care.
Well, that wasn't the series where everybody got hurt. The first KD one, they played. Kyrie played.
Kyrie, I don't think he played the whole game.
I think he did. I think him and Love played.
When they got swept? No.
Yeah, I think they got hurt the first time they played Golden State. That's when Love got hurt before, and then Kyrie got hurt game 1. Then the second time, Love got hurt, and Kyrie played the whole. And then the third time they played with KD, they were all there.
I don't remember.
They just got whooped.
Yeah. So, but to me, it's like if they stay together, I think at least they get one.
Well, the thing is, but the LeBron fans, they've gotten so toxic. They've gotten so toxic.
It's crazy
that if he doesn't win, they don't want to say, like, they don't want to give him any blame. So they just blame everybody. So Kyrie was getting blamed
for
like all of it. Like anytime they lose, anytime like they when they lost to Golden State. So he was getting all this heat. And they were like, oh, we should trade Kyrie, or we should trade Kevin Love. And like they were getting all this heat. And I think Kyrie was like, hold on. This was my team at a point. This dude shows up and
well, see, but that's the thing. That's another thing that like Jordan got that LeBron nobody's ever gonna get. Like how players were when Jordan played. Like leadership was easier back then in my mind, just because of the money. Everybody needed the money. In the NBA today, you can't tell anything to anybody. Why? Because in 2 years, everybody's rich to the point where they don't need to work again ever. You know what I'm saying? Back then, like, Pippen needed the money. He needed to, like, he had to, That's why leadership was easier, even with coaches. How is a coach gonna reprimand a guy that makes $300 million? He just doesn't fucking show up.
Well,
like,
I think
it's crazy what they get.
I think one of the things that
it's like, to me, it's like, okay, Kyrie didn't like it. Who gives a fuck?
I might have an interesting take on that with Jordan and the Bulls, where I think when Jordan left, because I saw when he left, the Bulls begged him to come back.
Of course.
So
the fact that they let Jordan go because they didn't want to fire Jerry Krause was crazy.
Well, I'm talking about when he went to go play baseball.
Oh, okay.
So they begged him to come back.
Yeah.
So I think when Pippen had the team to himself, because Pippen was one of the ones begging.
Yeah, of course.
He was like on TV, like pointing at the shoes, like come back, like.
Yeah.
So I think maybe.
Yeah, but see, that goes to that personality.
What I'm saying is, I think maybe because you're saying like the clash with LeBron and Kyrie. I think Pippen got his taste of leading by himself, and it was like, bring that dude back.
It's the same thing that happened to Kyrie.
Yeah,
he went to Celtics. He's like, Braun, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I think Pippen got that taste, so that's why you never saw that fight between those two.
And I mean, Braun and Kyrie were trying to get it back. They were trying to get it back together.
But it's not gonna work now.
Nah, I mean they're old.
It's too old. It's too gone.
I want them to retire. To be honest, I want LeBron to retire. I'll be honest. I don't care if LeBron could average, because it's not gonna help him.
Yeah, it's not.
Like, to me, Bron could win 8. And that's what I mean by, like, I don't judge basketball by numbers. LeBron could have came in and won 8 in those 20 years. I'm still not putting him over LeBron, over Jordan. And some people say, well, if he got 8, yes, I'll put it. Nah. No, the eye test still says Jordan's better. So I don't care. LeBron could win 6. He could win whatever he wants.
He's done too much. Like this, he has too many negatives under him. Like the Dallas series,
exactly.
Those Spurs series. Like it's
like Bron needed to like pair up with Wade and look at somebody, have a killer mentality, and then kind of try to. And people get mad when people say that Bron learned from Wade.
He did learn from Wade.
He did,
and he learned from Kobe. And Kobe, I saw Kobe even said it himself. He said, in the Olympics.
They all said it.
Yeah, they all said it too. But really, Wade was saying it. But Kobe said it that Bron learned from him. There's like I was looking at one of his like interviews, and he was just saying like how he learned from Jordan, and then Bron learned from him.
Exactly.
Because in the Olympics, they were all following Kobe's routine. So he had to get around Kobe. He had to get around Wade.
Exactly.
Jordan came in with that killer mindset. Kobe came in Kobe was an assassin when he came in. Like,
even Wade came in with a.
Yeah, Wade was an assassin too.
Kyrie has a killer mentality, but LeBron, for whatever reason, he doesn't have that.
I think he's a nice guy. That's what I think he is. He's a nice guy.
I don't know.
He wants to be liked.
And another thing too, one thing I will give LeBron, the most pressured in any sport ever. I give it, like, he has to start off a career. There's nobody in any sport. You could go look at any sport.
He it's true. But you also he put a lot of that shit on himself too when he came in.
But the thing is, it was before he even got to the league.
Yeah, but this dude took a tattoo, the chosen one on his back, and then he wore 23.
Well, yeah, no, I get it.
Like, you can't come in there saying you're the next Jordan, put the 23 on your back.
But the thing is, the media already, like, KG said it. He's like KG's like, they were going to watch his games already. People were already telling him, yo, this dude is the guy. Like, from high school, sophomore.
Yeah, but he could have came out and been like, hopefully one day I'll get to that level. Like, he could have been humble about it.
Exactly.
This dude said, I'm the chosen one. I'm wearing 23. Like,
yeah, but
so you're gonna get it.
No, true. But to me, for him to have that pressure and get to at least,
have you seen, like, they did it to Kobe too? But have you seen Kobe's interview? He'd be like, hopefully one day, like, he was like very humble about it. Like,
yeah. Definitely.
Like, I'm just trying to learn from him. Like,
100%. He had more of the same thing that. Like, Jordan, you never heard Jordan talk
Jordan always gave praise to the era before him.
Exactly.
So a lot of these guys, I don't know if they were media trained. I don't know what it was, but they just knew better than to be like, yeah, I'm that dude.
No, it's just a respect thing that I think is a generational thing. Like,
but someone had to train them. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like
it's just at home. Like, you were taught back then. You respect your elders. Remember, back in those days in the '80s when Jordan grew up, a neighbor could hit you out of respect. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can't do that nowadays. Like,
but I'm saying Kobe had it as well, though.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's that era. Like, he's still a little bit older. I think Bron is just the younger. I just see it with, like, everybody like nowadays. Like just kids don't respect anything when it comes to like the old time. Like they just have no care.
Like JJ calling them plumbers.
Yeah, it's like no, like come on, man. Like you guys built. Then that's what Jordan says.
But I mean, JJ's old enough to know better.
Yeah, I mean LeBron's older, right? Isn't LeBron older than JJ?
I'm not sure. They could be around the same age.
Yeah,
because think about it. LeBron came out of high school.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. That's what people forget. I mean, but
they could be around. Yeah, they could be around the same age.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where it's like, I feel like that's why it's hard to compare, like when it comes to like championships and numbers, because then you have to add in the era that everybody played. That's why I take it out.
Well, what I just go by usually test. How I do it is by who dominated their era. That's usually how I do it. It's like that's why when I do like a GOAT debate, like I always tie Jordan and Bill Russell. I said those are the only two players I've ever seen just wipe out an era and say this.
Yeah, see that's what me and you different because I have him in my top 5.
Yeah, I might be one of the very. I don't even have him. I don't even. I might be one of the very.
Bill Russell. No, I don't even have him.
That might be one. I might be one of the very few that gives Bill Russell that praise because I'm like.
I was surprised when you said it.
11 chips. I'm like, who the hell can get? I don't give a damn if it was 8 teams. Like, to just dominate it, just to shut everybody out like that. Like, that's wild. Like,
it's yeah. That, but then I also put in like the different eras. Like, how do you think he would play?
I mean, if he had all the technology, if he wasn't in trucks, if he had actual like flights and like he wasn't taking buses and if he wasn't getting all that racism he had to deal with.
but that's what I mean. Like it's just like, different.
Do you think some of these players will be able to handle some of that?
No.
Nah, hell no. Like you tell them they suck at basketball and they start crying. Like you know what I mean? Like
Ben Simmons.
Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta. That's why I don't look at it from. I look at it from a greatness standpoint. Like what'd you do in your era? That's it. I don't. You know what I mean? Like you can get into the numbers, you can get into the rules, but I just look at it. How'd you dominate your era? Then anybody could anybody like you know? What I mean, your team was it the most dominant team in the era? Like, and you were the best player.
Correct.
All right, then I'll throw you in the debate.
That makes sense.
That's how I do it.
No,
to me, that's the fairest way to do it.
Yeah, that is. I think that's fair because at the end of the day, you're working with what you had at that time.
Yeah,
anyway. You can't like go back and then try to change it. It's like that's what he had at that time.
That's what he had to deal with. There was 8 teams there. That's not his fault.
And he dominated anyway. So,
yeah,
I get it. That's a fair way to do it.
And I know most people are gonna be like, nah, I would never put him. I'm like, all right,
they're not gonna put him there.
That's why you know what I mean. Whatever. I won't argue with them if they're like, I don't got Bill Russell, but I'm like, I tie him with Jordan. Like anytime I say Jordan's number 1, I'm putting Bill Russell right next to him.
Yeah.
I'm like they're both at 1. Yeah, in my opinion.
Another person that I have, which you discussed, was Tim Duncan. When I say that, I'm surprised you didn't like completely. I
like Timmy, but it's tough.
Yeah, for me, I put him on there because, like I said, he was in an era where it was really hard. Like that was you can't say his era was soft or anything. He did get 5 rings.
He did.
You know, so and he was the best player.
He was close to getting 6 for 6 too. And if Ray Allen didn't hit that shot, he would have.
And he beat number 2, and he beat LeBron and Kobe and Shaq. Like that has to mean something. Like you went through arguably top 10, like out of Shaq top 10, Kobe top 10, and LeBron top 10.
I mean, then with that case, I mean, at that point, you might as well put him in front of LeBron.
No, I can't. I can't do that. Yeah, no. Because like I said, it's not just about numbers.
Yeah.
So like the eye test also says like LeBron will beat him. You know what I'm saying? Like just like.
Because I mean, he has 2 on him.
Exactly.
And LeBron only has 1.
Exactly. But like to me, like it's tough when you get into like the top 5 or even top 10.
I feel like once you get past like 2 and 3, it's like preference. Like 4 and 5 is just basically what you prefer.
Exactly.
Like what type of game you prefer? Because like I feel like 1 and 2 is universally people are gonna have Jordan and LeBron whether you have either or at 1 or 2.
Yeah.
I think then there's like a huge percentage that has Kobe, but I think the majority will have LeBron and Jordan.
Yeah,
but
I only have an issue when people don't put LeBron in even the top 3. Then I'm like, okay, you're hating now. Like you
you gotta throw him in the top 5. I mean, like, the guy is a great player at the end of the day.
Exactly. Like
I mean, there's just certain things, and I think it's more characteristics in himself that he doesn't have that other guys had that pushed him to that greatness.
And you said it. He's a nice guy.
He's just a nice guy. That's what he is.
The nicest guy in the top 5.
He wants to be friends with everybody.
Yeah.
But honestly, it kind of hurts the game sometimes.
That's what I was gonna tell you. Like his style kind of ruined competition. Kobe and Jordan did the same thing too. Like off the court, they were nice. They weren't like, you know.
All of them were like that.
Yeah, but in the court, then that's what LeBron has. Like he's trying to be nice even while playing.
Yeah.
And the other two were like, nah.
Like was it Bill Russell and Will Chamberlain? They used to have dinner together before the games, and then at the game they wanted to throw punches at each other.
Exactly. That's where the state of basketball is right now, where we have everybody trying to be nice to each other, and you pick up on that. You pick up the intensity of like, yo, I'm trying to kill you, and it's like watching a fight when people are just sparring in practice, and then watching a real fight. And LeBron is kind of just practicing all the time.
Yeah.
Like, dude, no, I don't want to see you be nice. I want to see you dominate. Clear cut, dominate, and then talk about it.
Yeah, I want to hear people like. I want to hear those stories that I would hear about Jordan. Like have you ever heard the one with Dominique where he's like he came into the locker room and he told them like, you guys better lace your shoes up. Like who the hell? Like who goes into like another person's locker room and tells them, yo, you guys better lace them up tonight
and then do it
and then drop 60 on them.
Yeah,
like I want to hear those type of stories from LeBron. He had
the pressure on himself. He's like, I just said this, now I gotta go do this shit.
Yeah. Like I'm like that's some wild stuff. Like.
Yeah, and that's like why I can't.
I mean, I know he'll never do it, but like those are the type of things I wanted. I wish we would have saw from him.
From LeBron. It would have pushed the game. It would have definitely pushed the game like to a higher level.
Yes, I think it would have. Cause like I don't know. It just like All-Star games, he wouldn't take them seriously. Wouldn't do a dunk contest.
It's like I said. Every hyper competitive person, every real winner, is winning all the time. They want to win all the time. They want to compete all the time.
But it's also the way. But it's not just that. But it's the way you want to win.
Exactly.
I want to beat everybody. I don't want to team up with everybody.
Exactly.
I was looking at it. I'm like, yo, he teamed up with Wade and Bosh. Wade was what, number 4? Bosh was number 5 in the draft.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's crazy. Like if you look at Michael Jordan's class, like Olajuwon was 1, Jordan was 3, Barkley was 5. Like that'd be almost like those 3 would have just teamed up together.
That's one of the worst. Like when people talk about moves in sports history, that's one of the worst moves in sports.
To me, that's what killed him for me, because I used to have a jersey of. No, actually, it's probably still somewhere around there. I had a LeBron jersey. Like I had a poster.
I'm a LeBron fan anyway.
Like I had the shoes. Like I used to have LeBron. Like I used to be a LeBron fan. And then when he went to Miami, I was like, what in the hell? Like,
yeah,
this is not like, like the era that I came from. Like you would never catch me dead. Like,
yeah, it's
just, like with another team. Like,
and then
being buddy. Like no way. I wanted to beat everybody. Yeah.
And then for him to lose, also like that first.
Before like rewind. Like he threw a parade before he lost.
Yeah.
He threw a parade in everybody's face saying he was gonna win 7, 8.
Yeah, that was wild. That was wild.
He had grown men crying in Cleveland.
Yeah.
People burning jerseys. Yeah, there was videos of grown men crying. Like, LeBron, why'd you do this to us?
Yeah, no, that
like he had grown men crying in Cleveland.
That was crazy. That was one of that move, and I think that probably killed his basketball and his because it made it cool for everybody to do it. Yeah. Like I'll be honest with you, when Durant went to the finals, I didn't watch one game of basketball. When Durant went to the Warriors, I didn't watch the basketball. Regular season,
yeah, there were declines a lot. I stopped around watching that time. In viewership.
Why am I gonna watch something that I already know? I don't want to know what the fuck is gonna happen. I don't want to know that this person is winning.
Yeah, that era where it was Cleveland Warriors.
Like we knew.
Like I think
4 years.
Basketball kind of died a little bit during that time, and then like Then when they finally broke apart, when Durant went to like Brooklyn, everybody was like relieved, like finally it's over. Then LeBron went to like the Lakers, and like everybody started moving. We're like, finally, like we're gonna see
exactly back to normal. And then
competition again.
The NBA is try to limit that now, like with the cap space.
They've been, because the thing is like LeBron, this wave, LeBron didn't. He kind of started it, but he didn't do it that way. But the thing is, he opened the door to do it this way.
He made it cool. He made it okay to do it. So
because what LeBron did was at the end of his contract, he said, "All right, I'm gonna go over here." But then other guys are like, "Oh wait, you can do whatever you want." So now guys are just abusing it. Like KD, he had a contract, he didn't honor it. He's, I'm out and I want to be out. I know I'm due in 4 years, but no, get me out. And Harden, he did that like 3 times already or 2 times.
And at the end of the day, that's one of those things where if you're the top guy, you also get the blame.
Yeah.
So. And a lot of people talk about, when he retires, we'll appreciate it. I think it's going to be the opposite.
Yeah, it's going to be the opposite.
Because I feel like people are going to go like, when Jordan left, the game was
That's
here.
what I've been telling you.
When the game was here. When LeBron leaves, it's like.
That's what I was telling you. I said every era, there's always another face waiting, like. And this is why I was arguing with somebody, this person. I was arguing with them, and I said, because they were saying, the game is better now. I'm like, well, if the game was better, why is there 39 LeBron James, the face of the NBA? Like, when have we ever seen the 39-year-old old guy is the face of the league? Like, it's always the 25-year-old high flyer is a new guy. Like,
that is the clear sign of decline.
Yeah, like, why is the old guy who from 2 eras ago, like, still the face of this era? Like, it should have moved. The torch should have been already passed.
Yeah, it's we talked about it also with the USA team, where the old guys got the shine. We said it also with regular season. Why do we keep talking about these older dudes?
I don't understand it. I mean, I know that like you got to build next. Like these guys are gonna retire. You don't know when. Like 2 years, 3 years. Like what are you gonna do when they retire?
And I think that goes to the commissioner also. Like Stern saw this. He knew like you can't. You needed to replace these people. You have to find a new face. It's part of the business. And I feel like the NBA, from all rounds, have done a terrible job at this. Because we have people.
We do have guys that could be. I mean, Jaylen Brown, they're afraid of him for whatever reason.
Well, yeah.
Ant-Man, I thought I wanted Ant-Man, but Ant-Man's saying some dumb stuff. I think he needs to calm down. Yeah, JT, they just keep trashing him. Like, they just don't. I don't understand why they keep trashing him.
Yeah, I don't understand the whole Jason Tatum.
I don't understand it either.
It's
like,
wild.
I was hoping that he'd be a face, but like I don't see it anymore. Not the way they're trashing him. Like I'm like, but like nothing. Yeah, they're just like trashing him.
Again, it's the same thing. It's like it's that nice guys.
He is too much of a nice guy.
Nice guy thing. It's not. It doesn't do good for likability. Like I said, people want to see the drama. People want to see the suspense of competition. That's what people like. People don't like an exhibition, like just people going back and forth with no.
It's like the All-Star game.
Yeah, exactly. It's
like no defense at all on that thing.
Yeah, that's another one. That's another one where I'm like, I don't even watch no more.
I don't watch the All-Star game either.
No, I don't watch it.
I don't watch it. I used to watch. I used to clear my weekend for like the dunk contest, a 3-point contest, like the game. I was like,
I got a ticket because I was getting out of work late, and the NBA All-Star game was on, and I was trying to speed home. I'm not doing that anymore. Like, it's not.
I used to look forward to the All-Star game. Like, you get all the best players in the freaking world. Like, they're going to be playing a game, and they're going to be going at it. Like, find out who's really the best.
Yeah, nah.
Now it's just like.
Basketball is in a weird place. Hopefully I'm wrong because I love basketball, and I used to love watching basketball too. But I need to be competitive again. If not, I can't do it.
I'm hoping that what they did to like Tatum and Brown, like that will spark some fire in the Celtics, and they can start, because like they got beef with Miami. Like we don't like Miami. So I mean the only problem with Miami is they're not freaking good. If they were good, this would be awesome.
Exactly. And that's the thing where like same thing that I said, you can't change like a person's essence. You can't change it.
Yeah.
Hopefully Brown does. I feel like Brown will take it personal.
Oh, he's gonna take it personal.
Yeah, but I don't know if Tatum could actually.
There's no way Tatum doesn't take it personally. There's no way.
I think he could do it for like a game. I don't think he could just keep it going.
I think so. Obviously we're gonna be watching, but I think that the disrespect they gave this man, like if he doesn't do it, like I don't even know how I can defend this man.
I hope he does, because look, we seen what Kobe did when a little slight. We seen what that whole thing with Jordan told him, you could wear the shoes, but you can never feel them. And the guy didn't speak.
That was Wizard Jordan. That was 40-year-old Jordan.
Exactly. Like the guy didn't speak. The guy went on like shut down. Like that's the level of psycho-ness that these people have.
I think we're gonna see a level of psycho-ness from Tatum.
If we do, if he does, I'm calling it right now. We're winning again.
I think we're gonna see it. I don't know if it's gonna be. I don't think it'll be full Kobe, but I think we're gonna see like
a little bit.
We're gonna see it. We're gonna see him like especially versus like we see Golden State, Miami was running their mouth. The Mavs was trolling them. Who else was trolling? Philly was doing a little bit of trolling.
Exactly.
I think those teams. I think they're gonna see like. I think they're gonna see something. If they don't, then I don't know what. I don't know.
There's no hope.
There's no
hope. Yeah.
There's no hope. I mean, you got all the ammo you need. Like
if somebody ever had ammo to like hype themselves up to just kill the whole league, he has it.
I think him and Brown, they have it right now. They have whatever ammo they need. They have it.
They're like Bilal.
Bilal Muhammad.
Yeah, from the UFC.
Yeah,
it's like no respect for like the new champion. Like I've never seen this before.
It is crazy.
Where I'm like, dude, like
Well, I would say Tatum is more Bilal than Brown though.
Yeah, but we're gonna see. I mean, that whole thing with Brown is a little bit weird. That's more business to me.
The thing is, Brown is outspoken.
Yeah.
So they're afraid if they give him the platform, he's gonna say some stuff that they don't like.
Yeah, that's why I think Kareem said that's his favorite player.
Yeah, Kareem was outspoken. That's the same thing that you're seeing with Brown is what happened to Kareem. They didn't want to promote Kareem.
Correct.
Like every time you always saw Magic Bird, but like no, they don't always hear Kareem. Like Kareem was like the best player.
Yeah,
he was like the best player on the team. Though you always heard Magic Bird. Like it was like, well, where's Kareem's name in there? Like they always try to like Kareem was like the leading scorer of the NBA for how long before LeBron took over, and like you never heard shit about Kareem. Like no one's ever really like.
Yeah.
But it was because Kareem was like he was outspoken.
And to me, it all coincides. Like, media. Like, hey, the NBA is probably like, hey, don't give too much like this. Don't talk about him like that, because, like I said, we are programmed by what we watch and what we hear.
Yeah, because those are the reasons. So yeah, I think the Celtics have a chance to save the NBA, and I think the Knicks.
Yeah,
because the Knicks they have. The Nova boys. Yeah. My only worry about them is that they might have the same issue that the Celtics had when we went to the finals versus the Cavaliers, where they had all this success because guys were hurt, but now Randall's coming back. Now you brought in Bridges. Now it's like who's coming off the bench?
How to deal with the ego?
How do you deal with the ego? Because like Vincenzo and Hart were playing really well starting. Like, all right, you can't. I mean, you got to. Mitchell is going to be your center probably. Randall's going to be your power forward.
That's where you need
Brunson's going to start
next level coaching. That's when like your coach really need. That's when the coach earns your money.
Yeah, because they're not going to bring OG out and Obi and Bridges off the bench. You just paid these guys, right? Exactly. These guys are like so. Well, OG got paid, and I think Bridges had a pretty solid contract from Brooklyn.
Before, yeah.
They're not bringing them off the bench. So all right, Vincenzo and Hart, you guys going off the bench? Like how we working this? Are we going to trade Randall? Like that's the only thing. But I think the Knicks are gonna have a chip on their shoulder with Indiana, because Indiana was running their mouth a lot.
Yeah, they've been.
So I can see that Knicks Indiana. Also, Philly was talking trash too, because they're like, oh, y'all lucky the Embiid was banged up. So like I feel like that Knicks Philly, that Knicks Indy, Celtics Miami, like.
I think it's gonna be this NBA season is gonna be very important.
Yeah, it is.
Because this is when finally everybody's going to realize that these old dogs ain't going nowhere. And then we're going to see like, oh, shit, what's next?
I think Warriors definitely missing the playoffs again.
I think so.
They like when Clay was hurt, I don't know if you recall, he was hurt he was gone for like 2 seasons.
Yeah.
With that Achilles and
practically.
And then I think it was the knee after when he tried to come back. But he was gone for like 2 seasons. That second season, he was out. Curry played 63 games and Draymond played 63, but they got whooped. Yeah. Without Clay. Like,
yeah, no, it's
so
and they haven't done any moves. Now they have cap space, They do have that, so we'll see what happens.
I don't think they get anybody. They've been aggressively trying to get people.
Yeah, I mean they try to
Some
get
people,
LeBron.
some people,
It's been crazy.
they're not gonna get LeBron. And even if they had LeBron, like I don't even think they'll win with that. Like you got old LeBron and Curry. Like
LeBron and Green kind of do the same thing right now.
pretty much.
So it's kind of like them two. Also, Green and Braun don't work. I don't think they're
not
the same. At the same time, they wouldn't match. They wouldn't.
I mean, we've seen LeBron with Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
Like what? Like, and I think
ball.
like LeBron needs the rock in his
Yeah.
hand. Like I don't know what Draymond Green's gonna be doing if LeBron is bringing up the ball.
But this is the thing.
Just running
to me,
around
like,
setting screens.
like LeBron should just retire. This is what I mean by he just retire, bro. Because even if you win, even if you go to another team, or if you go team up with a better star, you're the second player now. Like so that's what you're gonna do. So it's like it's not gonna help you.
No, it's not.
It's not gonna help you with so just retire, bro. I don't know why you're still playing. Okay,
Well,
you want to play with your son? Play with your son this year and just leave.
You know what my theory is behind it? I could be completely wrong, but my theory is that, yeah, one, he wants to play with his son, which is the obvious, but I think he's afraid that Luka or KD might break some of his records. I think he's trying to push him.
Nah, bro. I don't think those dudes have the love for basketball. Durant
KD has a love. KD has one of those games that he doesn't have to be a star anywhere. Like he can just be a shooter.
Yeah, but you see how long, like, to how far he is.
Yeah,
because of the injuries, like how far he is from.
But KD averages throughout his whole career. He averages more than LeBron, like slightly more.
Yeah.
So if KD can just keep playing, and KD is one of those guys that, like, I think KD could play for a long ass time, just because, like I said, all he has to do is like he doesn't play a physical game. Like KD is a 1-2 dribble shoot over guys. Like he's not like banging into guys.
Yeah, no, but I still don't think. I mean,
I think he's nervous over those guys. To be honest with you, I think he is. I think that's why he did the Olympics, because he knew KD was about to get another gold.
If he's nervous about that, it's ridiculous.
That's what I think.
I looked at, like, I don't remember off the top of my head, but the numbers that KD will have to put up to catch Braun, it will be more impressive than what LeBron did himself. Like, it will have to be like I think he will have to move up. He will have to go back to average 32 for 7 years to get to LeBron and not get hurt. He will have to play. He will have to average 32 for 7 more years and not get hurt. That's the only way. It's ridiculous. Well, like, there's nobody. To me, if he's worried about that, it's insane.
That's what I think. I think KD is making him nervous.
Yeah, nah. And like I said, to me, it's like the numbers don't help you, bro. Like,
no, they don't help. But I think having them there at this point is like I have some. I think he has like I got a point at least.
There's one thing that he did that's smart, and that most likely he will be considered number one at some point over LeBron, over Jordan and Kobe, and it's because these young kids, me and you, are not gonna be able to do anything. These young kids, because he's played for so long, there's so many generations that know him and don't know Jordan that might put him, when we're like in 10 more years, that might be the case where he's number one and me and you are looking crazy. Because
I don't think so, because I mean, you could have said that about Kobe's era too. There was a bunch of people that thought Kobe was better.
Then yeah,
and that died out as soon as LeBron came in.
Yeah, but the thing is like I said, he's done it for so long. I don't see it. Unless, like I said, we have some other player that has the charisma of LeBron, a little bit of the charisma, and is able to like win and do, then maybe will overshadow or make us forget. But if not, if no other player comes along, and then what are we gonna do?
Well, I think after he retires, I think the debate's gonna just die out.
I hope you're right. I don't think so. I think it's going to be the opposite. I think it's going to get worse.
I think it's going to die out just like the Kobe-Jordan debate died out. I think it's just going to be like, eh.
Yeah, I just think Kobe and LeBron are different in the sense that, and I don't agree with this. I don't fall in this category, but people take away from Kobe's legacy because of Shaq.
Yeah, I mean, I see that.
So that's the problem. That's why, because if it wasn't for Shaq, we'll be having a real tough debate of who's better, Michael or Kobe.
Yeah, but then you'd have to say that he would win those 3 chips without Shaq. Which I don't think he would have.
He wouldn't.
So then it'd be 2-6.
Exactly. So that's what I mean. Like if Kobe could get his 5 without Shaq.
Oh yeah, there is no
LeBron debate.
Yeah, there's no LeBron debate.
Yeah.
But my thing is the only reason why we're still debating is because he's playing. Because what they're using right now is longevity. Look at him, he's still going.
But that's what I mean. Like when you see, and I know that's what they're gonna use. When you see first in points, I think it's
fifth or something.
Fifth in assists, and you see like 8th in rebounds. Like people, and I know it. People are so dumb for numbers.
Yeah, but then when you look at his averages, I'm like, so are you saying he's a better passer? Because I think he has more total assists than Magic. I think he does.
Yeah,
but I'm like, are you saying LeBron, who averages 7 assists, is a better passer than a guy who averages like almost 12?
No.
You know what I mean? Like
it's not.
You know that then.
Yeah, but the thing that people are gonna look at is like he affected the game in so much. Like people are not gonna do that. Like what he did, maybe like Luka probably has a chance, but he won't.
But I mean, I would ask him, what did he affect? What he changed?
But that's the thing. People don't worry about that.
Like, because you
were looking at it, but people just gonna look at the numbers.
Yeah, but I would ask him, like, if you say, "Oh, he changed the game," I'm like, what exactly? How did he change the game, and what did he do?
Exactly.
Like I don't like.
There is no.
Like I don't see anyone trying to beat LeBron. I don't see any players.
Well, LeBron is one of those people. Like it's hard to try to beat Bron.
Yeah, but
you're not gonna be 6'8".
No, but the thing is, like, all right, I can't beat Jordan, but I can copy some of his like fadeaways. Like I don't see anyone trying to copy any of LeBron's moves.
But that's the thing. LeBron doesn't need moves because he's more physical than everybody. That's why people say LeBron has no moves. Yeah, LeBron never needed to learn anything. LeBron is just bigger, faster, stronger than everybody that he plays with, so he never have to develop nothing. The guy plays the same way that he played when he started. His shot got a little better. But if you look at it, it's the same thing. It's the same skills, kind of, that he came in.
Yeah, but don't you think, as disrespectful as this era is, right? And this is the trend that we're going, and everything is about bag. When we go 20 years and someone look at his highlights and be like, yo, this guy had no bag. Like, don't you think people are going to be doing the same shit?
People just look at it as like, so he had no bag, but he still got all these points.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, don't you think the same way that they treat Larry Bird and be like, look at Larry Bird dribble. Like, he didn't do anything special. Yeah. Don't you think people gonna... Because everybody thought Larry Bird was awesome in the 80s.
Yeah. And to me, Larry Bird is fucking amazing.
I think he's amazing. I'm
killer will. So I judge it by that. And as a killer, there's not many people.
But I'm saying, don't you think, like, the same way... how the trend is, people just get more and more disrespectful. Do you think they're going to look at his bag and be like, I didn't see any nice handles, any nice crossovers, or...
Yeah,
he was just bigger and stronger than everybody.
Exactly, it could be, and to me, that's what it is. Like it's true.
That's why I think unless he takes him over, I think that when you have a debate, it has to be between two. And I think once he's out and he can't accomplish anything more, like I don't know how you can put his resume next to him without. That's why the LeBron fans have just said, screw the resumes. Let me just shit on your era. Let me just say you had it easy.
Yeah, no,
and let's not put the resumes in there.
I just think it's
like I was arguing with the same person. He was like, well, Jordan had Rodman. I'm like, you think LeBron James would have won with Dennis Rodman? Like you really like I'm like, you had Russell Westbrook, and you guys complained that we gotta get rid of Russell. His offensively, I'm like, Dennis Rodman averaged 5 points a game, and he wasn't giving you a triple double.
This is the thing, where like. And I saw, I think it was UD that said some shit like this, where he was like, LeBron was trying to get his rebounds and he got pissed. He's like, motherfucker, get the fuck away from here.
Yeah, he's probably doing that.
Like, you get everything else. This is fucking mine. Get the fuck away from here. That's one thing that people don't talk about. Where it's like, oh, it's easy to play with Bron. It's kind of not easy to play with him. Because he's going to do everything.
That's another thing that when I was arguing with this person, right, they said, he's expected to do all these things. And I'm like, who in the hell told him he has to get all these like you have centers. Like who's telling you that you need to go get their rebounds or get 10 assists?
If I was on LeBron's team, I would be pissed. I'll be like, rebounds is mine. Unless I can't do it and I'm terrible, like, but if not, like, save your energy for something else, motherfucker. Like, save your energy for the fourth quarter. How about that? And that's one thing that you need a structure. And then we come back to the same thing. Michael, Kobe, they had a structure. Michael only scored. That's what his job was.
That was his job.
He did his job the best. Kobe's job is same thing.
You're an assassin.
That's what his job was. It wasn't that Kobe can't pass like Bron. He can. He could rebound the same. Same thing with Michael. They just trusted their teammates and pushed that aside for their teammates.
That was
to
it.
create a team. It's a team sport. If you're doing everything, I don't want to play with you. I don't, trust me with something. Let me feel like I'm helping in something.
Yes.
Not and then LeBron does this. That's another thing LeBron does. He does all this shit, and then when the time gets hard, come on, you can't. I can't put him number one. I can never put him number one.
That's what makes it. It's funny because this whole debate that has been going on with the Olympics and all that shit with Jordan. That it's made me appreciate Kobe so much more that I was because I used to have LeBron over Kobe, but then after
you know what's funny? You changed my mind over that because I had Bron over Kobe, and then with our conversation, I had to switch it.
Yeah,
because I was just like, I can't logically have him number two. I just can't do it, so I had to change it. You did that.
Yeah, I had to because through all of these things that LeBron's been doing, I was like, why the hell would I have him over Kobe?
No.
I mean, I think what Kobe did was impressive. He went through the scrutiny, through his team was awful. He didn't run anywhere. He stuck with it to the end.
He didn't get the keys for 4 years. He was chuckled down by Shaq. So again, Kobe's number would be way different. If I don't think he wins without Shaq. But.
No, but I know he'll get those two. I can at least say, with LeBron, it's hard. As great as he is, all the manufacturing he did to get his chips, it's hard. I would assume he would get a championship, but I can't say that with complete confidence. Kobe, I can say yes. Those two.
Yeah, because they're winners. They're gonna win. There's no option. With Bron, there is kind of a lot of.
It's too much manipulation, and I just if it was more organic, when he came into the league, I had hopes that, okay, this guy might be the freaking next big thing.
This says something about also LeBron. LeBron has never been my favorite player. And I have never put LeBron as, he's my favorite player. In any era, I had Kobe as my favorite player. I had Dwayne Wade as my favorite player. I've never had LeBron as, this is my favorite player. I've never, I don't know why. I just thought about that right now. I've never done that.
It's hard when he's doing some of these things, and then now he's controlling the media. He has media members from Clutch Sport. I'm like, what is going on here?
The control he has in the NBA is nuts. It's a little scary.
It is nuts. It's bro, your job is to play basketball, not control the media, not control the coaching and the GM. I'm you know what I mean?
He takes over at the break when all we talk about is him anyway. When it's fucking wild.
It's
that's why I can't wait for him to retire.
It's just getting toxic.
And I hope he doesn't become my owner, because then we're still gonna be fucking dealing with this shit for even longer.
Or blaming whoever's drafted. You know what I'm saying? He won't take the blame for any of it.
No, and the thing is, he's not gonna do what Jordan did. Jordan was the owner, but you don't see Jordan on the media talking.
No, you don't. You don't ever see you see Jordan will be disrespected and he never answers back. He's just nah. He don't got time for that.
Yeah, no, it's different. It's a whole different thing. That's why I'm switching over and I'm watching the WNBA.
Well, I mean, they have a thing going right now. I mean, they have that whole. I was talking to the same person. I was telling them they asked me about what do I think about what's going on with the WNBA. I'm like, they have a magic bird situation going on.
I said the same thing. I just hope that they don't fuck it up.
Yeah.
With some of the little shit that they've been doing, with not inviting her to.
Yeah, they're getting disrespectful now.
Yeah, to me, appreciate, know what you have and appreciate it. I'll go on record right now. That's the best women basketball player I've ever seen. Eye test so far, that's the best I've seen. Just eye test. I haven't been following, so maybe I'm being disrespectful by some of the other players that I didn't see.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry for that. But right now, playing in the WNBA, eye test, that's the best player.
Yeah, I mean, I'll hold my judgment until I see more. Like, I haven't seen enough to say who's the best, but from what I've seen of clips of her, like,
Just
she's
the eye
nice.
test.
She's doing her thing.
You know, of course, there's numbers, and she hasn't done anything in the league yet. She's first year, but to me, like the eye test, I'm looking at it and I'm like, that's different. Like she's shooting from further out. She's shooting it with ease. Like it looks
effect.
different. It looks different. Yeah.
Steph Curry effect.
And that game works great for that league. Like if players could copy more of that style, and because they're not gonna dunk or nothing like that unless they put down the rims. And even then, it's not gonna look like when men do it. Even if they lower the rim, still won't look the same. It will be more better.
Nah, I think you can see some disrespectful dunks though. Women are aggressive though. Women are.
That's why I'm watching the game.
I feel like that, you know, like that Michael Jordan psycho. I took it personal.
Yeah.
I feel like women have that shit.
Did you see the foul that they? Somebody, I forget the last game that they just played. Somebody just literally just.
Yo, no, the women are feisty.
And I'm like, yo, I like that.
So I'm like, that's what I'm saying. You lower the rim and you let these ladies go. Like, there's gonna be a dunk like every other play.
Yeah,
someone's getting put under that rim.
I was one of those guys that used to say, the WNBA, come on, and now I'm changing my mind. Like, I would never watch the game before. I am watching the games now. I'm like, I want to watch what the hell is going on here, and I think that league has a lot of future.
No, they definitely have a future. They should definitely keep pushing both of them.
Yes.
And I think, you know what I mean, like as long as the whole league supports it, like that's the big thing. As long as the league supports it and they understand what they have, like it'll be a good thing. But like if they keep taking dirty shots at her, like kind of like trying to outcast her, like then that's when things get a little, come on.
Exactly, and I don't like the whole, and I'll say it, I don't like the whole thing where like it's because she's white. I don't like that, and it might play a part in it, but she's also better than, like, I don't see another player that's comparable. Yeah, so I'm like,
I've heard there was one ex-player,
Maya Moore, I think it was. She retired. She was really good, but then like she had a kid and she just left on top or something like that.
I'm not sure if it was her, but they were saying that like this is normal for rookies, like to hit them like that. Like they usually like hit them, and but I'm just like,
no, because I never seen a rookie. I mean, her and Reese. I will say that it's not just her. Her and Reese have like the WNBA like popping right now.
No, I'm saying normal for a rookie to like to just cheap shot them, like for like veterans to cheap shot.
I've never seen it.
I've never seen it, but it just like the thing is like this, right? Maybe it is normal, but I'm like, when you got the eyeballs on you, you gotta tone it down, like, you know what I mean? Because that's all we see, and like we're new, so like, well, this is all we see. This is what we think it is.
Exactly, not tone it down in the sense I want the competitive. That's why I'm watching.
Well, I'm not saying tone the competitive. I'm saying the elbows on the dead ball. Like you don't got that's come on. That's
or like just trashing her.
Yeah,
like, just on the media.
Yeah, like this. All right, okay. You play physical during the game, like
yeah.
But like dead ball, come on, like let it go. Like, you know what I mean? The game's over. Like she's walking to the bench and like the girl's trying to like elbow her. Like, come on.
Yeah, it's
like those things you can cut out.
Yeah, but also that's why I'm watching. That's the problem with this whole thing. It's like I like that type of shit. I'm like, and the way she's dealing with it, she's not going over there and crying. She got fouled. Oh, she turned her ankle. And she went on the thing and she's like, oh, I was soft. I looked at it back. It didn't even look that bad. I was just being a baby. That's awesome. Like, she's not, like, bothered by it. She's not, like, asking for, like, fair treatment. She's like, that's what people booed and do. She just loves it. Like, and that's good. This is what pushes the game forward. So I like her attitude about it, too.
No, she has a great attitude about it.
Yeah, she's not, like, crying and being a baby. Like, oh, stop, please.
But it also, from a WNBA perspective, it looks like there's just a bunch of haters on it.
Well,
that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't, and that, like I said, may be a normal thing, but like when people are watching, like,
like don't make it look so.
Don't obvious. Make it look so obvious, because like people that don't normally watch, this is all they see, and this is all they're gonna believe.
Exactly.
And it may not be like that, but I mean, this is all we see. This is all we're gonna think.
Let's get into a little bit of UFC. What do you think about this whole? The whole card, and when is it? When is Mexican Independence Day? Is it September? What? I forget. It's coming. It's coming right up, right?
There's a I got
the dome where they're playing with this fear.
That fear is crazy.
Yeah, like I want to see what's gonna happen. Like I really want to see this card because of that. Because they're hyping it up so much, and I looked at like how much money they have spent. It's like they're like $20 million in, and they're not even done yet. Already, like they already spent $20 million. I'm like, what the fuck are they gonna?
I've seen videos of the dome, and it's like it feels like you're there. Like
no, I seen it, and I seen it done with like artists. How are they gonna translate that into a fight? Like I want to see it. I want to see, and then like what's gonna happen with what's this guy's name?
Hamza,
No.
Izzy,
No, Izzy. Like I said,
John Jones.
No, I already know all those things. I already like John is gonna win. Now, what I want to know is if he retires. If
Jones, I can see him. It all depends. I think John at most will do 2. I think he beats Stipe, and then he'll do maybe 1 more depending how he feels. But I don't think he wants Aspinall. I think he will do a Pereira.
Yeah, I don't want to see Pereira though. But I don't want to see the John and him. It's just like I already know what's gonna happen.
Because John, I think the thing with John is he beats Aspinall. Okay.
That's what I mean. He has there's no win for John.
Yeah.
Like, there's literally no win.
But if he beats Pereira was a 185 champ. Like, you know what I mean? It's like
The only fight I like for John is Ngannou. And I know.
But that's not going to happen. It's not gonna happen.
I know. Dana is one of those people that is just, once he's over something.
But the thing is, like, Ngannou has no chance of beating him.
But that's the thing. To me, I don't think any of them have a chance. So to me, because of the name for John, the bigger fight is that one.
Yeah, and Ngannou's a massive name now, especially after that boxing match with Tyson Fury. That definitely
Exactly.
like
so
skyrocketed him.
Let's see what happens. So he has that fight coming up with this fucking giant that came out of nowhere. So let's see what happens. I mean, if he loses this fight also, then that fight is also dead for John. If he loses now again, I don't want to see him fight John either. So it's like if he wins, I do want to see that fight. If Ngannou wins, and he had the whole, his and this is a tough subject. His son died and all that stuff. So I want to see what that brings. If it brings something extra out of him, or if it diminishes his. I want to see what that brings out of him. Is he gonna be more focused and more like, yo, I'm ready to go, or is that gonna hurt him? I don't know. But if he wins, that's a fight I want to see John end with. Beat Ngannou and retire. That's like perfect.
It would be perfect. I just don't see Dana.
No, Dana. I mean, maybe. I mean, if the Saudis are trying to make that fight, so he's kind of really going back. There
has to be some big dollars,
and like the Saudis will do it. That's what I'm saying.
Mayweather,
so maybe
some Mayweather McGregor type numbers.
If he wins, the Saudis are gonna push for that fight, and
that would be massive.
That'll be.
But I already know it's gonna end in the first round.
Yeah.
It's gonna be another Cyril Gane situation.
Yeah. There's no chance. But again, I don't even think Espinal has a chance. I don't see it. Like I know he's great and he's young and all that stuff, but I don't think he has the experience to deal with John. I think in that fight, experience is gonna play a part and John's gonna win. It might not be as easy as the other guys.
No, it won't be as easy.
Yeah.
It'll definitely be a dog fight. I think John wins.
Yeah.
Tom Aspinall is really good.
Yeah.
But I still got John on that one.
Exactly. And then the other one that I wanted to ask was, which is the most interesting fight to me right now, which is Alex and Khalil.
That's gonna be a fight.
That's a fight. I'm stopping. I'm closing the studio down. I'm not doing nothing for that fight.
That fight might be fight of the year.
I hope it lives up to the name. I hope it lives up to what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I hope it's 5 rounds of just fucking.
I think it is. I mean, if you ever watch, I don't know if you've ever seen Khalil.
I've been a big fan of him even from the first time he ever went on the Joe Rogan podcast, where he was like top 15. Like he wasn't even mentioned.
He doesn't really get mentioned a lot, but he is vicious. Like
striking,
vicious.
Striking. It's his striking is mean.
Yeah, it's mean.
It's not like Izzy. This is why
he's more of a traditional Muay Thai. They're like a traditional like viciousness. Like Izzy's more like flashy, finesse. Like
I'm gonna pepper you up with a bunch of punches.
Yeah, like it's not like a ton of power. It's more like peppering you, like long range kicks. he has like that old school like
strength, hard,
like just hard kicks, hard punches. Like
so I want to see how Alex deals with somebody like that because
I mean they're both world class, yeah.
But I seen Izzy put him out, and I know the weight class is lower weight class. When you cut down that much weight, your chin goes, all that stuff. But I want to see what happens when he faces somebody that's big as him and with real power and real striking. I want to see what happens. Because so far I've seen him, and he's bigger than everybody. And he has a better resume in striking than everybody.
But he is also bigger than Khalil as well.
Is he? Is he? Damn. Khalil looks like a fucking beast.
Khalil, I think he's like 6'2". I think he's listed. And Pereira's like 6'4".
No, height-wise, yeah. But I'm talking about like just a natural build.
Bro, have you ever seen Pereira next to Tyson Fury?
No.
Bro, I think Pereira is one of those guys that he grows when he's around bigger guys. Like I've never seen him in a picture where like someone dwarfs him.
Yeah.
And like Fury's supposed to be 6'9". So I'm like how big is this dude? Like
yeah,
like,
that's true. And I seen him with Shaq too, and he did not look like he was like that much shorter than Shaq.
yeah,
Shaq is 7'3" or something like that.
No, well, I think he's 7 feet, 7'1".
Yeah.
But yeah, like Pereira's one of those dudes that he's just like massive dude. Like I don't understand it, but I think he walks around like 230, 220, 230.
Pereira walks around that?
Yeah, he was cutting down to 185 like from like 220, 230.
Okay, then never mind. The same size then.
That's why he said he wants to fight heavyweight because like Stipe fights heavyweight like around 235 or something like that. That's what he fights at heavyweight.
Yeah.
Even though everybody else is at 260, like Stipe is at 230 something. So that's what Pereira walks around like.
Yeah, so, I think it's gonna be a great fight.
I think it's gonna be a good fight. I think like you said, there's that whole variability of like he can get knocked out because we've seen Izzy knock him out.
Exactly, and he's way smaller. So that's why I'm like, this is interesting.
It is. It's gonna and the thing is, both of their personalities is like don't back down. They both fight a press forward. Like, so it's gonna be interesting.
I'll die on my shield, kind of.
It's gonna be interesting. Someone's gonna have to take a back step, and who's gonna take that back step? You both can't lead the dance.
I don't think this goes 5 rounds in the sense of like, I don't think I want it to go 5 rounds, but I want somebody.
You think it's gonna be like another Jamal Hill situation where someone gets KO'd like early?
I hope that's not it, but I also know that there's no way nobody gets knocked out and they stay 5 rounds with the level of striking and power and how big these dudes are. Unless they just one of them is like just running and like playing a defense fucking fight, I don't see this going to that. Like I don't want it to be a like 1 round knockout. Wow, like that's not a good fight.
Yeah, I was surprised when he freaking did that to Jamal Hill. Jamal Hill's fucking good. And he's a knockout. He's a knockout artist too.
And people
he walked them down.
People want to put this whole bullshit of like, oh, the ref kind of didn't. No, he was ready, bro. He had his hands up. He was ready. Pereira did his little thing, and there was a few seconds there where Jamal was ready. So the whole thing, he knocked you out.
It was.
He got caught. Whatever. Maybe, maybe Jamal's a nice guy.
Jamal's not a nice guy.
Well, I don't know.
He's not.
Because in my mind, it's like you hit him like because the argument that they say is like, oh, he hit him. He thought they hit him low, so he's probably like, oh.
Nah, I don't think that was it. I mean, he's in your face going like that to the ref, like nah, like chill.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think there's something mystical going on with Pereira, man. Like I think who was saying it? Jerry was saying it. Like can't bring that.
The ancestors are coming in, yeah.
Bro, yeah. There's something mythical about this dude. Like he just walks you down. He's just like I don't know if it's like his demeanor, like the way he's just like a stone face and he just like stares you down.
Even the way he loses, like there's literally like I seen him have emotion outside, but when he loses, he's still stone face. When he wins, he's still stone face. Yeah, it's like he's an interesting dude.
He don't show a lot of emotions.
He's an interesting dude. Now, I know this will never happen, but I'm gonna say it. If he moves up and beats John,
come on, man.
But let's just let's just say,
come on.
Let's just say he does it for whatever reason. John has an off night. John's old. He just gets caught. I don't know what happens.
Well, like
That's 3 world championships now, 3 different weight classes, and defeated the GOAT.
I mean, if it happens, which I don't think John would happen, even if John had an off night, he's a superior grappler. I think he takes him down and chokes him out.
No, like I said,
but if he gets caught with this crazy lucky punch and puts his lights out, he would become the biggest star ever, and he would be considered the GOAT. I would say.
I would still will not give him the GOAT.
You have to. You have to. Like how can
John
you not?
John is nowhere near 100%. John is nowhere near his
3-time world. No one's ever been a 3-time world champion.
But see, that's the thing with numbers. That's why I hate numbers.
Then who would you have the GOAT then? If he
I still would put John as the GOAT, but he'll be right there second.
That's not how it works in the fight game, man.
So you're gonna put him as the GOAT then? If he does, if that does happen, you automatically gonna put him as the GOAT?
You gotta. I don't know how you can.
That was a tough one for me because so.
Think
do it twice.
Think of the span of like how he got 3 belts. Like,
I get it.
It's insane. Like no one's ever has taken 3 belts that quick.
But also, there's such a thing as just great timing for everything to happen.
Well, he has GOAT time.
I guess. But that is something that I was thinking about. That like just for fun and giggles, I was like, what if that did happen? That'd be nuts.
It'd be
so
crazy.
Fucking nuts. The only way I put him as GOAT if they do it twice. And he beats John twice. Then I'm like, I don't give a fuck if he was out of his prime. It does not matter to me. I'll put him GOAT, even though I know in the back of my head, if they fight John in his prime, there's no competition.
Oh no, there's no competition, if they fight in John's prime.
And even now, there's no competition now. This is all hypothetical. I'm just trying to like make something out of something that's not possible.
There's the grappling, like how wide of a gap it is in grappling. It is just, it's too far. Like
John is a complete
like
fighter.
you see, like for example, like you saw DDP Izzy, and Izzy trains grappling.
Yeah.
But you see like when there's that much of a gap, like
it's not fair.
It's just not fair. Like once it hits the ground, like it's over. Like there's nothing you can do about it. And I can. Izzy's a purple belt, so he's probably been training for maybe 6 years, 7 years. So he's been training for a while in grappling.
Yeah, I think with Izzy though, like, cause it's not like Izzy's career is not like Pereira. Izzy has faced great grapplers. They just was never able to do anything. Pereira hasn't faced great grapplers.
He's been lucky on that.
Exactly. So Izzy, like for me with Izzy, is like I told you even before the fight, I feel like it's over.
Well, Izzy, to be real, Izzy is he's complete fighter than Pereira.
Yeah.
The thing is, Izzy doesn't have is that Pereira KO punch.
Yeah.
Because Pereira has that knockout punch, he can walk you down. Where Izzy has to always keep it away because he doesn't have the KO punch, so he has to worry about you taking him down.
I've always said Izzy's in the wrong weight class. I always said this. And
what weight class do you think he should be in?
He should be the 170.
You think he can make 170?
I think he can. He's gonna have to do what Khabib does. He's gonna have to do what these other. He makes that weight easy.
He would be crazy at once.
Imagine.
Dudes are
Imagine.
Like dudes are like 5. Like you have you seen Bilal? I saw a picture of Bilal next to like Islam, and I think he was shorter than Islam.
Yeah, Bilal is shorter than Islam.
Can you imagine Izzy versus Bilal?
Oh, no.
Yeah, like I saw a picture with Hamza next to Islam, and Hamza was looking like way down on Islam.
Yeah.
And Izzy's taller than Hamza, so if he was at 170, like I'm sure he can.
He could do it. I think he could make that weight. Of course, Izzy doesn't want to put himself through that, but think about it.
I mean, right now it's looking like his only option.
Think about it. He walks around maybe 190. Izzy walks around maybe 190, just normal, and he fights at 170. We have Pereira going from 30 pounds lighter, so I feel like Izzy could force himself to do it.
Izzy right now?
Not now. I think he should have done it like earlier in his career. I don't think now. I think it's over for him. He got too much money, too much fame, too much. I don't think he's gonna ever build that energy again.
It's not even about energy. I think he's in a very, very dangerous weight class. I think there's 2 fighters in there. I mean, there's already 2 fighters that already got him. That Sean Strickland already figured him out because of Pereira. Basically, if you press Izzy and you check all his leg kicks, you can stop his offensive with the striking. So that's what Strickland has figured out. And same thing with Duplessis. If you press him and you just take him down.
Yeah, but this is the thing. How big is Strickland's way bigger than Izzy.
Oh.
Taller, no, but just wise. Like I feel like they walk around.
Yeah, but Whitaker's wider than Izzy too.
But he's way shorter. He doesn't walk around 200 pounds.
Yeah, but I
But
mean,
I feel like Duplessis and Sean walk around at over 200 pounds easily. Those two walk around at a higher weight class.
nah, I mean, if Izzy was beating Duplessis in the striking game.
Yeah,
I think what Duplessis said, like, screw the strategy. I'm just gonna press you.
yeah, it's gonna bring you down.
I'm gonna rush you, and because Izzy is really good at striking. So like, if you keep it in a distance where we're trading, Izzy's gonna beat you fucking 9 out of 10 times. Like there's no way.
Out striking him and like the sharpness that he has to land.
He is sharp. He's quick.
Yeah, it's hard.
But a lot of these guys figured, like, if I can just check his leg kicks and just every time just press him and just throw punches and bunches. That's what Strickland was doing.
But I think it all comes down at the end to the same thing. Like Izzy's fighting a losing battle because he's way like Pereira. To me, the only reason why Pereira even beats Izzy is because he's so much bigger. To me that's the only reason why. I think
Izzy's a better striker than Pereira.
That's what I'm saying. Like the only reason why is because he's a smaller dude trying to knock down a bigger dude every time.
And if you remember that the first MMA fight they had, Izzy was whooping his ass.
Every fight.
Every
fight he's
and then
winning
Pereira,
the fight.
I don't know, Pereira, like, I don't know, that last round he walked him down and just knocked him out.
Is what happens is that weight. The minute Izzy starts slowing down, that weight just starts draining his energy. And I feel like that's what it is.
I just think Pereira just said, you know what? I'm bigger than you. I'm just gonna walk you down and knock you out.
Exactly, because there's no fear. I'm just But then again,
he did knock him out still. But still, you still may not. I mean, you've eaten a bunch of his punches, so he still may not had any fear, even though you've been knocked out now.
But he's rocked them so many. Izzy has rocked Pereira so many times. It's wild. Like every fight, it could go either way. Literally.
Yeah, he has actually rocked them that earlier.
Every fight and every single fight. He has rocked them every single fight. So, again, that to me says, oh, wait, that's the weight. That's the weight. Because if not, I don't see it.
Yeah, but I think, for me, what I see is Pereira has a harder punch. So, like, Izzy can rock you, Pereira will put you out.
But, yeah, it's that whole thing, that classic thing of, like, Izzy has to be perfect for a whole fight.
Yeah.
Pereira just needs to land one.
He just needs that one, and that's the only difference. I think Izzy's a better fighter, but I think Pereira has that one hitter quitter that some fighters have that.
It's that old saying: if you have power, you always have a chance.
Yeah.
If you have power in a fight, you're always gonna have a chance, unless it's a jiu-jitsu match.
Yeah. At that point, you can't hit somebody.
There's nothing you can
Anything
do.
Grappling, your power is
goes out the window.
You need more strategy and skills. But what I think that outside of DDP and Sean Strickland, what I think is that division is crazy when you look at Hamzat and you look at.
I don't know with Hamzat though. That dude has me so frustrated.
No, but I'm saying like his grappling. Like if DDP was able to do that to him.
Oh yeah, I think Hamzat wins.
Hamzat is not gonna. He's not gonna waste his time.
No, he's not even gonna try it
to strike with him. He's gonna do the same thing we did with. What did he do with Hollins?
Yeah.
All right, go, boom. He's just trying to take down, pick them up, slam them. It's game over. Like
exactly.
And then you know who else is a freaking phenomenal grappler there? Bo.
Yeah.
Bo Nickel. Bo Nickel is elite grappler,
100%.
and he's big too. So like I'm like, I don't know if Izzy wants any part of that 185 anymore, man. That's.
I just feel like as long as they're not bigger than him, I think Izzy's gonna win. But if they're bigger than him, they bring him to the ground. It takes too much.
Yeah, the thing is like Bo and I've seen Izzy versus grapplers,
but nobody could get him down.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Unless they're bigger than him.
That's the thing. Is that these other guys?
They're just better.
They're not at the level of Hamzat and Bo. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm saying these dudes are like. They're like Habib, like they're like
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's a difference between certain guys trying to take you down. Like he's been against good grapplers, but like It's a big difference when a freaking Bo, who's a freaking All-American, like world-class wrestler, he's bringing you down. There's no like, I'm gonna throw some kicks out here. Like,
and the thing with Izzy is, if he gets taken down and he spends a lot of energy on the floor, when he gets back up, he's slower.
I just don't think he's getting up from Bo or Hamza. I haven't seen any. I mean, the only one that's ever given Hamza a scare, like in terms of getting up, I think was Burns. But Burns is world class.
Wrestler too, yeah.
Well, his jiu-jitsu, like a lot of people don't know that, but like Burns is like really like he has a lot of credentials in his jiu-jitsu game. Like he's like ADCC, like those are those are like the highest levels of grappling. Like he's competed at the highest level, so he's a dude that you may be beating him, but he might have a submission just somewhere around the corner. So like you could tell, like when I was watching them grapple, I was like, yeah, Hamza is very wary of like Burns. Like he knows he can't stay there too long because Burns might throw something crazy at him.
That's the only fight that Hamza had there. I'm like, oh, everything else is just he demolishes everybody else except for that one. That was when I was like, whoa, this is different.
Yeah, but I think that's because Burns is grappling. If Burns' grappling wasn't that nice, where like Hamza had to have been like nervous, like of him doing a submission. Like I'm talking about like if his submission game, because he is like there's a jiu-jitsu black belt, but then there's another level to that when you're talking about ADCC. Yeah. When you're talking about,
is this why the whole Khabib, what's his name?
Islam?
Tony.
Oh, Tony.
Was such a everybody wanted to see it because it basically was jiu-jitsu versus grappling versus wrestling.
Well, at the time, those two were the best two, and they both had ground game. Khabib had more of a structured game, but Tony was one of those wild, like...
Yeah, you just don't know.
You don't know what Tony, what the hell you were going to get.
That's why I wanted to watch the fight, because I'm like, he might catch him. Like, because we know Khabib is taking you to the ground. Like, we know this.
But not just that, not just his wildness, but Tony was a cardio machine.
Long, doesn't get tired.
Yeah, so what happens with Khabib is a lot of the guys that he goes against, he just tires them out. He just takes you to deep waters and drowns you.
Yep.
And, like, you knew that a guy like... Tony wasn't gonna get drowned. He wasn't gonna drown in that. So you're like, in his prime, he wasn't gonna be. So you know this was gonna go 5. Habib's not normally known for knocking people out, so you know this is gonna go 5, and it's gonna be a crazy fight because Tony's gonna be doing some crazy shit.
Yeah, and that's a fight that I wanted to watch so bad.
That fight would have been better than the McGregor fight.
100%, not even close.
But honestly, Habib
styles make fights so that.
But Habib needed that McGregor fight though.
100%.
Because that made him such a star.
Yeah. And the whole, like, Conor is the best at fucking building a fight. Point blank. I mean, maybe Muhammad Ali's better. But in the fight game, I've never seen. Is Muhammad Ali and Conor.
It's unfortunate what he's done to himself because, like, anyone who saw Conor, like, when he was on the rise, like, they would know how elite of a fighter he was.
Yeah, but this is the thing with Conor. Conor is one of those athletes that... he is so reliant on his explosiveness. That's his whole fighting style. I'm explosive. That's why he runs out of gas quick. That's why he doesn't have a big tank. Because everything is so explosive where if any fights with him goes 5 rounds, it's tough. That's why the fights with Diaz was so tough. Because
well, you also got to remember that McGregor was a 145er. Yeah, Diaz was a 170.
That's true too, yeah.
So McGregor...
But they fought also at 55. He made him suck down to 55, and he still was a 5-round match.
Well, that first fight that McGregor lost was at 170. McGregor went up to 155 to fight RDA. Something happened with RDA. I don't know if he was injured. He didn't have an opponent, and Nate Diaz was running his mouth because he was like, "Oh, McGregor, everything you taking everything away from us," like, you know, because like McGregor was getting all the attention.
Yeah.
I'm sure you heard the whole thing. So then, you know, then McGregor didn't have an opponent, so he's like, all right, whatever, Diaz.
Oh, yeah, no, you're right. I thought they only fought once.
No, they fought twice.
Both at 170?
I think both at 170.
Oh, because I thought they fought one at 155, and it wasn't even, like, it was not close, and then one at 170, which, you know, was a lot closer.
They fought. I think both fights were pretty close, but I think they were both busted up. Like, because the thing is, like, all right, McGregor's a fast starter, Diaz is a slow starter. Yeah. So like, you know, obviously McGregor's gonna come in there, he's gonna get his in, and then Diaz eventually, I mean, I think McGregor tried to wrestle him a little bit.
That's stupid.
If I can recall,
yeah.
and that's when Diaz was like, "Oh, you think you're a wrestler now?"
Yeah, no, that's
But the thing is,
dumb
well,
move.
McGregor does grapple. Yeah, I think he has a black belt. I think McGregor.
He does.
Yeah.
That's crazy. If he does, I
But
see it.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you. There's a difference between a black belt and then there's a difference between like an 80cc black belt. Like there's a difference between there's levels to this.
Yeah.
It's like if we get our if we get our bachelor's degree, right? Like there's levels of like
Yeah, doesn't Pereira have a black belt?
yeah, Pereira has a black
That's
belt.
insane. That's crazy.
His black belt, I'm like a little like ooh.
That is nuts. Like,
just because I saw him versus Izzy and I was like,
yeah, no. And
but he has a black belt. Yeah, you're right.
that's crazy. That's insane. But all right, brother. I think we covered pretty good. I think we've been at it for an hour and a half. So let's end the day. I think we covered some pretty good topics, and I think this episode is a good lead up to like the season.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, hopefully when the season starts, we could do a little more basketball season. But I think we got some good clips on here. Alrighty, guys. Hey, again, man, thank you very much for your time, and EDJ Studios, EDJ Podcast. Thank you.